about 40 degrees. It feels like winter, and it's not even sunny. So I just want to give you guys all a huge round of applause for showing up on a spring morning when you could be gardening, or you could be at sporting events with your family, or maybe you are there, but you are also tuning in to learn more, to grow more, and to build your business. And if you're just taking a look at Modere, welcome. I'm super excited to be the host of today's call. My name is Julie Reynolds. I have been here at Modere for 5 very short years. I can't believe it's been 5 years. It's crazy, but time flies when you're having fun, I guess, right? So a little bit about me. I am a mom to 2 young teenage girls. They are 11 and 13, and if you guys have teenage girls, you probably know what I'm going through at the moment. It is an interesting experience raising kids. Let's just say that. But I was a school counselor. I was a licensed professional counselor. Modere has given me the opportunity to be home with my family, and I am so grateful for everything that I have learned and everything that I've been able to implement here at Modere, because it truly has been a dream come true for me. I've had great success at this company, and I know that it's because of the systems that we have in place, because of the leadership, because of the duplication. I would not be where I am today in this network marketing space if it weren't for what we have here over at Modere, and specifically on this team. Because what we have is we have a Saturday call where we all come together, which are on right now, and you're going to learn what is working right now, because we don't gatekeep over here. We help everybody succeed, and so I am super excited to be interviewing these 3 rock star ladies that are absolutely crushing it in their business right now, and they're not going to hold back. They're going to share everything about what's working on social media, how they've been able to build their business in such a short period of time, and in between the nooks and crannies of their day. So I do want to take a second to just let you know that we do have this incredible promo getting started with Modere right now. I have never in the 5 years that I've been here seen such an incredible promotion to get going with Modere. So if you're looking at the opportunity, I welcome you to go back to the person that added you or that invited you to today's call and talk to them about it, because I'm telling you, in the 5 years, I've never seen us giving away so much money to get started here at Modere. So those of you that are already at Modere who are listening in, I want you to know that you have the opportunity this month to change somebody's life. And you have the opportunity to open up your mouth, invite somebody to take a look at the opportunity that we have here, invite them on this team call, because I am telling you, I've been in this network marketing space for 10 years, and I am still every day so grateful that somebody had the courage to ask me if I was open to taking a look at building this online business. Because if they were too scared to ask me, I would not be able to be home with my babies full time. And so as you guys are coming in, I want you guys to think about changing your mindset when it comes to asking people if they're open to the opportunity, because you could be changing somebody's life just like my life was changed by Modere, or just like your life maybe has been changed by Modere. And so I just want to remind all of you, it is a huge promo that we have now until the end of the month to get started. And what happens when you ask somebody is that you could change the trajectory of their life. You could give them financial freedom, time freedom, the ability to be able to go get that mani-pedi self-care that we all want, or maybe pay for dance lessons for their children like I've been able to do because of Modere, or maybe give them some summer spending money to go on vacation. And so right now is an incredible opportunity to be asking everybody if they're open to taking a look at the business, and if not, no big deal. But you don't want to be selfish, because what we have here is something truly special and something truly unique in this network marketing space that can change people's lives. And so I'm so excited. I will get off of my high horse, but I hope that you guys today take the time as you guys are tuning in to ask at least a few people every single day if they're open to taking a look here, because I am so grateful somebody had the courage to ask me. I am no longer working in the schools. I'm no longer working as a therapist because of Modere. And so we want to be able to change people's lives. And if we don't ask, the answer is always no, and we can't help somebody change their life. The last thing you want is somebody to join somebody else's team because you didn't have the courage to ask them if they were open. So as we're listening in today on everybody's stories, think about asking somebody to join your team today. Because the beauty is yes, you don't have to build a team over here at Modere, and there's nothing wrong with doing the sales. We love our salespeople, but the reality is sometimes building a team just gets so much more fun when you've got a whole team, a whole army of people that are here to support you and help you build along the way. So I challenge you guys all to ask 5 people after today's call if they're open to taking a look, if they're open to watching the 5 Reasons Why video, if they're open to jumping on next Saturday's call, or better yet, just send them the replay to this video, because you really can start to change people's lives one life at a time. And it has been a true blessing to be able to see my team crushing it, my team be able to be home with their families. There's nothing that brings me more joy and more satisfaction over here as a leader. So with that being said, I want to share with you guys a little bit about Angela. Angela is a busy mom of 3, but here's this, guys. She is a famous producer. She has won awards for being a television producer. I'm super excited to interview her. She is in my state that I call my second home. She lives in New York City, here in Brooklyn. She has been here for a year, and she is absolutely crushing it. She's got a huge customer pod. She is platinum, which if you don't know what platinum is, it's 3,000 points in sales. You can do the math. She earns a great commission, and she is crushing her business. Angela, are you going to share with us everything, a little bit about you, what brought you to Modere, and how you're having so much success? So, Angela, can you hear me?
I sure can. Can you hear me?
I can. I'm so excited. If you could tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to Modere. And
all right. So as you mentioned, I am a mom of 3. I'm a wife. I am an Emmy award-winning television producer. I've been in television for the last 23 years. I still work full-time, but I entered the space of network marketing about 4 years ago. Someone introduced me to network marketing. I said, why not? I thought it was the perfect combination alongside my full-time income to just add more. As we all know, adding extra streams of income to our funnel is crucial, especially in today's world. I was with my previous company for 3 years. I left, and I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary with Modere, and coming over here has been the best decision I ever made. There were a few reasons why I said yes to the opportunity at Modere. The biggest one was systems. Guys, the systems that our leaders have in place for us are hands down the best, but more importantly, so simple, right? We want to keep it simple for when we're bringing new leaders on. We want to have systems in place that are easy for them to follow. There's nothing worse than coming to a new company and the system just being so convoluted, or like with my previous company, not really having a system. And to be honest with you, their system was just throw spaghetti to the wall and see what sticks. And that no longer worked for me after 3 years. I wasn't growing. And guys, coming over to Modere in this 1 year, I've been able to hit milestones that I've never been able to hit in the 3 years that I was with my previous company. So coming over here has just been a huge game changer. Let's not forget to mention the fact that you can build a customer business, a team business, or both. Our dual compensation plan is far and few in this industry. So I said yes a year ago, and I have never looked back.
I love that. And can you tell us a little bit about what are some of the things that are working for you? Do you build on social media? How are you building? I would love to know the systems that you personally are implementing that are working for you.
Of course. So obviously, listen, the guys and girls who've been in network marketing for over 20 years, they had it really hard. There was no social media. we have platforms, we have a plethora of social media platforms that we get to advertise our business for free. But when it comes to social media, you can't just throw up a post and not post again for a month and think people are going to come to you. You have to be consistent. So one of the things in being consistent is you must be a product of the product. I love our liquid collagen. So I'll go on video every day, same video, just taking my liquid collagen. Why? Because I want people to see that I'm doing it, and I don't miss a day. So people know when they go to my stories and they go to my feed, one of the videos they know they can look forward to is me taking my collagen. And to be honest with you, this is how I built my business. I solely focus on the collagen and skincare because that's what drew me to the company. I love those particular products, and so I focus more on those products. Now, it's not to say that I don't have customers who are using some of our other amazing products, but I'm solely focused on building with the collagen and skincare. So I would definitely say social media is a huge tool, but you have to be consistent. And you can't just rely on social media. You have to pick up the phone and do your reach outs, right? I tell people on my team, including myself, a minimum for me of 10 reach outs every day and 10 follow-ups. 10 reach outs, 10 follow-ups. And people may say, well, how do you know who to reach out to? Like, who do you reach out to? Listen, if anyone comes and checks out your story, they've entered your store. That's an opportunity for you to reach out to them. Hey, thank you so much for checking out my story. Were you just showing support, or are you interested in learning more about what I do? That's a reach out. And follow up. Follow up is in the fortune. So many people miss out on customer sales and or people joining the teams because they don't follow up. Listen, you are going to have to touch people between 7 and 12 times to sometimes make a purchase, and even more so when they're thinking about joining the team. So following up is key. So social media is a must. Consistency, doing your reach outs, can't get around that, and just remembering that you have to follow up. They're not going to come to you. It's your job, and that's good customer service, to follow up.
I love that. And you've said a few things that I think everybody really needs to hear. Number one, you're not just waiting for people to come to you. You've got the leads coming in, and I want you guys to think about this, right? Somebody watches your story. They watched all 5 stories. They didn't swipe, right? They kept watching. That shows that they're interested. Conversations equal money. I love that you said that. It's why I call it the $1 million messenger, because truly I have built my business not just posting up a story and hoping that somebody comes to me, but having the conversation. The person that has the most conversations are the people that are having the most success, right? And also, I love, Angela, that you mentioned that you really focus on our collagen and our skincare, right? And that you know that you are now the collagen skincare lady to your entire audience. And so if you guys are just throwing up stories about, I love that Modere has all of these products that we have so that we can choose what fits right for us. But try focusing on 1 or 2 products and putting those same products consistently on your social media. Because eventually what's going to happen is people are going to start to see the same thing, and then they're going to have to, go back and be like, what is that? Because they are going to need multiple touch points in order to maybe reach out to you or you reach out to them. Angela, I love the strategy and the words that you were saying. Can you share a little bit more about your process of like what happens when you do a reach out and how you get somebody from a viewer to maybe taking a look at the products or even joining your team? What are some of the words that you use?
So I think, when I do reach out to them, the key is starting with the business, right? Because chances are they're probably going to say no, and then you can easily default to the product. But if you lead with the products and they're not interested in the products, there's a high percentage chance they're not going to be interested in the business, right? I know a lot of people have their own way of doing it, but I feel this sort of works because it's an easy default. So I always just say, listen, just be normal about it, right? Like, we're in this business. I'm proud to be in this business. I'm not ashamed in this business. I really don't care what anyone thinks. And so me presenting the opportunity, I feel, is a blessing to that person. It's my job to share. It's not my job to make the decision. So when I go into it, it's simply, hey, thanks for checking out my story. Are you interested in learning more about what I do? Have you ever thought about adding extra streams of income, into your household? I'm not sure where you're at right now, but I thought this opportunity would be a great fit for you. And see, the thing is when you're explaining the opportunity, you want to let the people know what's in it for them, right? A lot of times we are so excited about the business and how it's benefited us that we want to tell them everything that we love about the business and everything that we've gained from the business. But what we're missing is we're missing a key crucial step, and that is sharing what's in it for them. And see, a lot of people miss that point because they're not having the conversation. In order for you to know what their pain points are, what they're struggling with, how this business can benefit them specifically, you have to have the conversation. And see, a lot of people don't want to have the conversation, and that's part of, listen, we are in network marketing, so you have to network. There's no way around it. And so once I've had the conversation and I ask questions, because, listen, everyone loves to talk about themselves, right? And so once I find out, okay, this mother has concerns because she's about to lose her job, I know her pain point is money. I know for some people in conversation, they're looking for community. So I bring up that we have an amazing community. For some people, they want the accolades, the camaraderie, the free trips. So I'll focus on that. But I can't get to that point unless I have the conversation. So, guys, the biggest step is really getting to know your prospect so that you can let them know how this business will benefit them. So that, I think, is really crucial and key. And then here's the thing. I just want to guide them to a decision, that whether that decision is yes or no. It's not my job to decide. It is my job to just guide them to a decision either way, so that if they're not interested, I can get them off my list and focus on other people who may be interested in this opportunity.
I love that. I love it. It's so simple. And so here's the thing. I want you guys to write this down. Be more interested than interesting, right? When I started to ask questions and be more interested in the people that I was talking to versus more interesting and sharing all about me and what the business has done for me and yada, 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 I've been able to build a massive team of duplication because exactly what Angela said, I know what their pain points are and I know how to solve their problems, right? Because I've been a good listener and I've been able to ask questions versus what I like to say, having diarrhea of the mouth, where I spill everything, because that just deterred people and had people walking away from me because they're like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. So be more interested and more interested than interesting. I love that, Angela. Do you have any last tips before I bring on Christie over here?
I would just say, guys, again, we have such amazing systems in place, but the key is to really utilize them. Don't skip steps. We have an amazing short little video, 5 Reasons Why. You want to make sure for everyone that's interested, they're watching that video, and you always want an ATM, whether it's in the Live Clean Tribe group or our business group. You don't want to skip those steps. These steps have been proven. They work, and sometimes we try to, navigate our own way and try to make up and reinvent. There's no need to do that here. Everything has been laid out for us, and I would say plug in. Any trainings, this company does a plethora of trainings, plug in. They do a lot of live events. We have our little summits and then our convention, and I'll be going to the New Leader Conference next month, which I'm super excited about. Getting to those events is crucial. You learn from some of the top leaders, and you also get to network with other people in the company who you probably, are not on your team, and you can learn from them. So I would definitely just say, do not skip steps. Do not miss out on the ATMing. Also, the 3-way calls, getting your upline and any other person that can help you. And it's not to close the deal, but it's so that they can share their story and help the person that, is interested in joining the business, how this business could work for them. So don't skip the steps. They're here for us. They're simple, and make sure you utilize them.
I love it. Thank you so much, Angela. I love all of your tips. I have next Christie. Christie Sachau is actually on my team. She is so coachable, which is so important in this network marketing space in order to have success. But also, she takes massive action in her business day in and day out consistently, which is definitely one of the keys to her success. Christie, I know you're building a little bit differently. If you could come on, if you can hear us, I want you to share your story with us, but then I also want you to share, because I know you're doing some things a little bit different, and I love that you kind of thought a little bit outside of the box, and I wanted you to share what's working for you. Christie, can you hear me?
I sure can. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Welcome. Okay, I'm going to mute myself. You take over. You share your incredibleness for us.
Okay. Hi. So as you said, I'm Christie Sachau, and I joined Modere almost a year ago. I tried the products for a couple months, and I was very impressed with them. I'd never really taken a collagen before, and I loved the product. I loved what it was doing for me, and I wanted to share it with others. And I also wanted to build a business. So I'm also have a couple other little things that I do on the side, but I work full-time. And for me, trying to carve out time is kind of a challenge. So working full-time and finding time to work my business is challenging at times. So I do try to be consistent. I take my collagen every morning, and I do a story every single day with my collagen. Same thing every single day. Sometimes I'll mix it up with what I say or what collagen I'm taking, if it's the immune or the chocolate goodness. And just show them taking it on the spoon and all the benefits. And then I've posted before and after pictures. And for me, I don't want to take things like I don't want to do needles. I want to age gracefully, but in a way that I still look youthful. If you know what I mean? I love the way these products make me feel and look. And so for my business, since I'm so busy, I decided to start doing some vendor events, online vendor events. And I know some people are like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But for me, I found that I have some scripts that I wrote up. I have pictures. I have videos, tons of videos of me taking different products. And so I just found that, especially on a Sunday, I'll sit down, I'll schedule them all, and I don't have to think about it. I go in, comment, and I've been able to get customers that way that I would have never, ever met. So, for instance, doing the online vendor event, when I post, then I'll go in there, people will ask questions, I'll comment, and then I can start having more conversations on the back end and talking to them and finding out what their pain points are, what kind of products might help them. And it's just been super beneficial, and then getting to know these people as well. The other thing, like Angela just said, consistency is super key, because even if you're not doing vendor events, online vendor events, I've also done in-person vendor events too, which I've reached new people as well. That might be something people could try as well. But these people, they may not buy today, but they're watching you. So be consistent, because you never know that person who's been watching you for a year, they want to see that you're really still taking the step, especially friends, because friends are probably thinking, oh, yeah, whatever, she's dabbling in this and maybe it won't last. I had one friend, this is a huge win for me. I had one friend that was watching, super skeptical, did not want anything to do with it. She recently became a new customer because she kept getting sick. And so I was taking the immune and let her know about that. So she recently just ordered that. I've had that happen a few times now, where people were constantly getting sick with a cold or flu or whatever. And my husband and I have been taking this religiously probably since last November. We have not been sick one time. And so that's part of my story, is letting these people know, yes, these products do work. This is what's worked for us. And I just am consistent with everything that I talk about every single day. In fact, I have to do my collagen post after this. But stories, constantly in stories, and then the online vendor event. Just if there's so many of them out there too, and it's very inexpensive to join. It's usually a week to 2 weeks. I post my, like I said, I schedule my posts, and then I go in there, I make connections, and these people I would have never met. I had another one that was a customer from a different company of mine, and she's been watching my story for a year, and she just recently became a customer. So sometimes it's the long game. Don't give up. I know it can be daunting at times, thinking, oh, I'm not getting the traction maybe, but you need to just listen, be consistent, and find out, again, what those pain points are for people. This one new customer that I had, which was a customer in a different business I was talking about, she wasn't able to sleep, and she wasn't having energy anymore. And she missed doing the things that she loved and had no energy for it. So I helped her with getting her energy back, and within a month she's sleeping better. So these products are amazing. They do work. You just have to be consistent. You have to take them consistently, and you have to, if you're selling these products, you have to be in your stories consistently. If it's Facebook, TikTok, whatever your preferred social media is, you just have to really, really be consistent and help the people that come in, like I said, find their pain points and just help with that, and let them know that you're there every step of the way to help them if they have questions. You just need to be a friend and be there and be true. So build their trust, and that's how I've been building my business. It's been not an overnight success, but it's been consistent, which is great. And my goal for me is to retire next year, and I want to have an income that's going to supplement me retiring early. So that's been my goal, and I've been working towards that. And I love getting in front of people, helping people, showing them that, yes, these do work and it's going to help you, and then getting the feedback of them saying, you know what, I haven't felt this good in years. I'm not able to sleep. It's so rewarding when you find that these people are getting help and being benefited from these products. And like I said, when I first joined, it's been maybe even a year, last May, for me, taking the products, sleep was a huge thing. For me, I was on Ambien for over 15 years, a very long time. I swore I had to have it every single night, and I would be stressed out if I did not have my prescription ready to go and have that next pill. Once I started these products, I have been off Ambien for over a year now. So they really are amazing.
I love that. Christie, that is like a win in itself, right? And I couldn't agree more. We do have life-changing products, right? And I know that it's, sometimes it's hard. You got to share the story without sharing the actual results because we want to be FTC compliant. But what we do have over here are incredible products that are truly changing people's lives. And so showing up in stories and being consistent. I'm seeing a theme here today with everybody's wins that have come on so far is that consistency is key, and that you can't give up if you just post for a few days and don't get the traction that you want, right? Like I like to use the analogy that if you started a restaurant and you invested $300,000 into getting this restaurant going, and after the first few weeks, if your restaurant wasn't successful or that there wasn't full, a packed house in there, would you close your restaurant and say, oh, it's not working, I can't do this? The answer is absolutely not, because you've invested so much time and energy into building this restaurant. You would do whatever it takes in order to make it work. And the same thing can happen here at Modere. It's going to take time. It's going to take multiple touch points. It's going to be showing up consistently. But when you do, amazing things can happen in your business. And so, Christie, I love that you pointed all of that out. My one question I have for you before I move on to Emily is, how are you finding these vendor events? For those of you that want to maybe expand beyond, just using attraction marketing or doing the referral posts that we have or the social posts that we have, how are you finding these vendor events?
So you could probably just do a search on Facebook for vendor events. I think for me, one person, I was in another group, and I asked about them, and they sent me a link to a vendor event. So I have multiple ones that I have tried. I'm more than happy to send the links to to the vendor events if people are interested in doing that and joining.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you guys, that's what I love about this company, right? We don't gatekeep over here. If you want something, we all share, whether you're upline, downline, sideline, it doesn't matter. We're all here to help support you. And you guys, that is so unique and so different than most network marketing companies. Because in most network marketing companies, it's like, oh, only my team can do this. We have like an abundance mentality over here. And so I love that you said that. Thank you so much, Christie. You are amazing. You are crushing it. And I love that you've thought outside of the box because you're like, you know what, I need to meet new people. Maybe I can do some in-person events, but let's try some of these vendor events. And when we do these things, what we're doing is we're bringing more people into our pipeline, more people that are seeing our stories because we're showing up consistently, more conversations are having because there's more people watching our stories and there's more people that we're connecting with. And that is really the key to building a successful business. It's not hard. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of tweaking to find what works right and what feels best for you. So, Christie, do you have any last words for us before I bring Emily on?
Just be consistent. Also, keep names and do follow-ups, just like Angela said too. Follow-ups. Follow-ups super important. I do the same thing with stories as well. I go through, and if people watch my story, I reach out to them that way, and that's been beneficial as well. And don't take, just because they say no now, it may not be no in the future.
Love it. Great, great, great tips. Thank you so much, Christie. I appreciate it. All right, the next person I want to bring on is just rank advancing all the way from Hawaii. So she's not laying on the beach, I can tell you that. She is like working her behind off. She is Director 1, on her way to Director 2 if she hasn't already hit it, which means she's got 12,000 in team volume points plus, right? And she has been here a hot minute, totally crushing it. Director 1, silver. She's really, really doing amazing things. And Emily, can you hear me? Emily, are you here?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. Awesome. All right, Emily, you are doing incredible things. You are building a massive organization. I would love to hear your story and where, how long you've been at Modere, and more importantly, how are you building such a massive organization so quickly?
Oh, my goodness. Good morning. First of all, I just wanted to say aloha and good morning, and I'm so grateful to be here. Like, you have no idea. Why I got started in Modere, I started back in, I bought the kit from a special, like end of December, but I really didn't start building until March. So March is when I kind of started to make that run, and I got super excited. I did want to grab a kit primarily to lose some weight. I'm going to get married this year, and I thought I don't want to be fat in pictures. So that was definitely one motivating factor. The other thing, too, for me was I wanted to find great leadership. And I wanted great leadership because I wanted to get myself to the next level so I could help people in my organization or my team to be able to help them get to the next level, because the only way that I can grow or grow the team is if I grow personally as well. And so I have just been super excited because I've been in this type of industry now for about 12 years. And I kind of know some of the things to look for and some of the things to look out for, if you know what I mean. And I've just been super excited to be here. Now, how have we been building? I think we've just been building off of results and just sharing with people our personal progress, how it's been happening. I started with a 5-day drop and lean body system kit, and that's pretty much what I share across the board. I know there's like a ton of kits to pick from, but that is like my go-to. That is the one that I share because that's where I lost my weight, and that's where my friend Susan lost her weight. She's lost about 20 pounds. I've had a friend of mine also say they've lost 4 pounds just in the first 5-day drop alone. I've had, just success story after success story just on the lean body system and the 5-day drop. And so that's pretty much what I lead with. I do go on my stories and I talk about my favorite products. one of my favorite products is the coffee. I talk about it on my videos all the time. And the funny thing about the coffee was I remember John Melton had sent a coffee to me, and I didn't like it at first. And I was like, what is this? I told him, listen, this doesn't taste very good. He's like, no, you got to, like, add some things. So I got the Logic, put that in there, and I tell you, I cannot live without the coffee anymore. It definitely gives me the energy. I do feel a lot better than regular coffee, and I'm a regular coffee drinker, so I love that. I do also lead with the trim, which is the chocolate pudding that tastes like brownie batter, right? Or I call it chocolate pudding. I love taking that every morning, and I love sharing the burn. So I show people, like, on my stories, I show a picture of that little pill called the burn that I take that before my meals. And I just pretty much share those three primary items. Oh, and the Trebiotic. I throw that in a lot of my food items as well. And that's kind of how I started sharing. And people will ask me stories. And I finally went live with John Melton. And this is, I think, was the kicker, is when I went live, everybody started to hear, what's Em doing now? And so they got on that live, and they're like, hey, Em, and they started to reach out. So I think it's so important to get on social media. I know it can get uncomfortable. I don't personally like doing lives, but I do them because I know that they're necessary and that it works.
I love that. And here's the thing. When we get uncomfortable, amazing things happen, right? And that's one of the reasons I love this business, is because we grow. As our paychecks grow, we grow, right? I think it's Michelle Barnes that says it best. She says it's a personal development with a paycheck, right? So the more we pour into ourselves, the bigger our paycheck gets. And so I love that you said that, Emily. My question for you, Emily, is what are some of the magic words? Because you're building such an incredible organization right now. How are you personally reaching out to people to see if they're interested? Obviously, you're going live, but you know that it's in the conversations. It's in the $1 million messenger. What are you saying exactly that is asking people if they're open to taking a look?
I think I have to tell you, like, there's no real script that I use. I think what's most important is that you be yourself, that you have honest conversations with people, that you are being genuine and super authentic, and just bringing up those conversations and finding those opportunities throughout your day. I'll give you an example. I had a friend of mine who had a birthday. We got invited to a tight little restaurant where we had we call it a tatami room. It was a sushi restaurant. And I was sitting between these two other ladies. There were like 12 of us there. But the two ladies on my left and on my right, we were just talking about, like, hey, how's things going? And one girl was talking about, like, menopause and weight loss. And, oh, my gosh, like, can you imagine how many conversations like that happen just on a day-to-day basis when you're just talking to people? My bones hurt. These are like I don't know about you, but, like, I think the older we get, the more problems we seem to have with our bodies. And that seems to be, like, the center of our conversations. And so I lead with that. I say, gosh, you know what? Like, me too. I've been trying to lose weight because I've been trying to, make sure that I get that fat off before the wedding. As I said, I've lost 12 pounds so far. And they're just like, wow, what are you doing? And I said, well, I just started taking these really cool supplements. I said, would you mind? And this is the thing, you guys. Sometimes saying less is actually more. And I said, hey, you know what? When we're done, would you be okay if I added you to this Facebook group? It's got a bunch of testimonials. You can go in and look for yourself. And then what I'll do is after I add you to that group, I'll follow back with you and I'll message to see if you have any questions, and I'll share with you some of the recommendations that I might have based on your personal goals. And so that's kind of how I reach out to people. I just have those conversations, or kind of like some of the people here that say, hey, I'm not as consistent, but I do. I look at people to see who keeps watching my stories all the time, my quote-unquote stalkers. I love them because I know they're watching my journey. And I was like, hey, I'll reach out like, hey, how's things been? I haven't seen you in a while. And I'll just start those general conversations, and I'll see where those conversations go. Because I might not hit them between the eyes right away. I might just start building first and then kind of see where the conversation goes and not force that to happen. But if the opportunity comes in, I'll kind of slide in and be able to start talking about, like, what I've been doing and without forced conversation. Again, just making sure they're natural conversations. You're not just, like, pushing products on them, right? that you're just leading with love and that you're leading with people in a point of view that you care about them and that you want to be able to help them because it's helped you. And so those are some of the conversations that I have with people. I don't use real scripts. I know there's a ton of scripts, and I need to start following them. But because I've just started like 2 months ago, I'm really just kind of learning as I go. I'm kind of going in, I don't want to say blindfolded because there's so many tools available, but I really am just learning and I'm figuring stuff out. So add them to the groups. So if they're interested in the products, I'll add them to the customer testimonial group. If they're interested in the business, I add them to the testimonial group so they can see results. Plus, I'll add them to the business interest page so that they understand that there's also that opportunity to be able to make that extra money, because I know a lot of people need it right now. So I love that we can build online. It provides so much time freedom to build in the nooks and crannies of your time, seriously. So we have this system called ATM. You add people to the groups, super simple. You tag them maybe in the results that they want to be able to see that you've talked about and already had conversations about. And then later on, you go back in and you message them and you follow up. And if they're in the opportunity building phase, meaning they're like taking a look at this to earn some extra money, then I'll add other people in there to share kind of their personal results on how this business works for them. And of course, I always ask for permission. Hey, by the way, I'm going to add some people into this group to share their story. And that way it's not just you talking, it's other people that you're using as examples as well. But, man, you know what? Just get through the day, get through the tough days, do it when it's hard, do it even when you're in doubt, do it despite the naysayers. Be super open-minded. I think the ones that have the hardest time grasping all of this or the information is because they're just not open to listening to the information. If you just open your ears and, really open your mind and really take a look at what we have here, you'll totally get it and you'll understand how the business works. Well, not just the business, but you'll hear testimony after testimonial about how the products have really helped a lot of people in so many different ways.
I love that. And you know what? One of the things that you said, Emily, is just the organic nature of having these conversations, right? And just sharing and what you shared was definitely not spammy at all, right? So many times we get in our own way because we're afraid that we're going to be spammy, but it was just like, I've lost 12 pounds. I'm feeling great. I'm so excited for my wedding. And then naturally, of course, people are going to be like, oh, wait, what did you do? How did you do it? Oh, let me share with you. Can I add you to a group, right? Let the tools do the selling for you, because the tools are what's there, and they're tried and true, and they're duplicatable, and that's why we have the ATM system. That's why we have the ad tag message system, because it absolutely works. And we have it so dialed in over here, and we know that it's a proven system. And so I know a lot of times we're like, oh, maybe I could do it this way. Maybe I could do it that way. The way to do it is the way that is a proven system to work. It makes it duplicatable, right? And so we have that all dialed in for you in order to be successful over here. The other thing that I love that you said, Emily, is that you really don't use scripts. And, scripts are there to help us, of course, when we feel stuck with having a conversation. But the thing is when you're having an authentic, genuine conversation with people, you don't really need scripts because you're pretending like you're talking to your best friend, right? And if they told you that they had a problem with X, Y, and Z, as a friend, you would be like, oh, maybe you should try this. Maybe you should take this, right? And so when we make it just more organic and we take away the stress of, oh, my gosh, what do I say? Then it just flows so much more naturally. So I love that you said that, Emily. Thank you. Any other final tips for us before we kind of close out the call? Anything that you want to share that could maybe help us build our business to D2, D3, to the, elite, whatever our goals are?
I love that here, you guys. I'll share with you, and we'll close out with this. I love that you can truly build in the nooks and crannies of your time. One of the reasons why I love this type of industry is not just about the money, but it's about the time freedom that the money can bring you. So I love that there's so much flexibility in being able to build online, because you just add people at any time. You tag them at any time. You message them at any time. You can build this business while other people are sleeping and while you're sleeping. literally. That was a huge thing for me. And so I love the fact that we can do that. I love the fact that I can spend time with my family. I love that we have true customers here. And I want you to pay attention to this. True customers. People love some of the products that they will order over and over again. You don't have to remind them to go get them because there are the things that they love that they'll just keep ordering regardless if you remind them. Now, should you send reminders? Sure, absolutely. But a lot of them will just buy the things that they already know that they're going to use and that they already love. I love right now that our team is super excited, and I think excitement also plays a very key role in this. Our team is excited. Not only are they excited, they're crushing it, you guys. We've had 14 leaders just in the last month alone, multiple rank advancements in the same month. I'm super proud of them. Not just because they're here for the opportunity, because they're here for the opportunity to help others make money and get healthy. I think what we're missing in this world today is self-care. It is so much needed. I was that leader that was just burnt out, where I couldn't even roll out of bed. And now here, you guys, I love that I can actually build a business. I can focus on self-care. I can teach the team, and that they're doing the same thing. Now I see them like going to Zumba classes, they're exercising, they're going for walks, and all of this while building online, taking care of their moms, right? Like for me, last year was super tough. My mom had stage 4 cancer, spent a lot of time in the hospital. Because I was spending so much time with my mom, I couldn't build a business that I was building in the past because it was all pretty much like either in person or on Zoom. Here, now I can be right there with my mom, either at the hospital bed or at home or being out and about with her, being newly married soon, you guys. I love that I can be present with him. Some of the old school, quote unquote, like network marketing business models was like, hey, you got to set time aside and tell your family that you're not going to be available for a month on end. And that always used to kind of bother me a little bit because I'd always been that single mom, and I always had that guilty mom syndrome. And here, you guys, I could totally be able to spend time with my fiance, spend time with my mom, spend time with my family while I'm building. You can work hard, you still can play hard, and you can love hard. The leadership here is amazing. The trainings are freaking phenomenal, you guys, and be open-minded. Have that grit, because the common denominator of the people who've seen success is being able to get through the hard stuff and being a part of a company that also has the right platform for you to not just build today, but a long-term sustainable business with real customers and real people having real results. I'll close with this. I've been a part of this leadership team at church, and we've been reading this book called The Emotionally Healthy Leader, and how it talks about to lead out of your marriage or lead out of your singleness. And I want you guys to know that you can do this business while being the example with your family, with your marriage, being there for people, right? We've been in this world where just human doing, where we go out there and do things. It's time for us to get back to the basics and be that human being, meaning being present with the people that we care about and the people that we love, just by sharing the things that we do every single day anyway.
I think it's a mic drop. That is amazing. I don't think I could say it any better. You guys, we do have something so special here, because we're not asking you to give up that time with your family. We're asking you to actually get more time with your family. It truly is a freedom business, and I couldn't agree more that you can fit this into the nooks and crannies of your day, right? So there's really no excuses, because we all have about 15, 20, 30 minutes that we're already on social media, right? We're already scrolling. Let's be honest. Like, we are addicted to the scroll. It's time to get addicted to the scroll, but make it beneficial, not just for you, but for the lives that you can touch by sharing the opportunities, sharing the, what's working in network marketing, and asking people. We've got this incredible special. They can save so much money on our products right now, and they can make money building on social media. And so as I end this call, I want to thank all of these incredible ladies. Thank you so much for sharing everything that you guys have learned. It's been absolutely, it lights a fire under me every single time I hear these things. I've taken a ton of notes, And that's what I love, is that we're all here to support each other. And so as you guys are tuning in, if you're interested in Modere, definitely make sure you go back to the person that added you to this call to listen to. And for those of you that are already here, I challenge you to go and change a few people's lives by asking them if they're open to the product, open to the opportunity, open to saving money while getting healthy. We have something truly special here, and it's an honor to be on this team with all of you. So have an amazing weekend. We will see you next Saturday for another incredible team call where we pour into you as well. So make sure you dial in and enjoy the beautiful weather. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you guys for more trainings online this week. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great one.